Hi everyone, it's Lily at Ugly Mug Marketing. I'm a marketing coordinator here at Ugly Mug Marketing, and I'm going to be presenting a webinar today about taking a leap with these 6 marketing must-dos that you should implement into your monthly strategies. I'm going to give it a few minutes to see if anyone wants to hop on before we get started at 2. Just feel free to know that if you have any questions throughout this webinar, please feel free to leave them in the comments. And if you're watching this afterwards, please feel free to also leave a comment or to reach out to us directly. I'm looking forward to presenting this webinar, and we will get started again in about 2 minutes at exactly 2 o'clock. Hi guys, it's Lily. Again, I'm here with Ugly Mug Marketing. I'm a coordinator here. And to start off this webinar, I'm going to be telling you guys about taking a leap on this leap day. So happy leap day, happy birthday to anyone whose birthday is today. And you might only be, 4, 8, 12, 16 years old in terms of, leap day and all that. So happy birthday if that is you. But today we're going to be talking about taking a leap with these 6 marketing must-dos. And basically this is just going to be a webinar talking about different marketing tactics and things that you need to implement at least once a month in order to have a great marketing strategy. Let's see. So your super cool host for today is me. Hi, again, my name is Lily. So what we're going to cover today is planning, social media, advertising, promoting, email marketing, and end-of-month reports. And we're going to be going in depth through all of these, such as planning, what that looks like, social media, the different types of platforms you can use, what advertising is versus what promoting is, and kind of how you should implement those into your strategies. Email marketing, how to gain people to your newsletter list and keep them, which is very important, and end of month reports to kind of tie it all together at the end of the day. If you have any questions, please feel free to comment those below, or if you're watching this after it's already been recorded, please feel free to leave a comment as well or to reach out to us directly. We would love to talk with you and just kind of answer your questions and see what's going on. So like I mentioned, part 1, planning. This is a quote from a book that we're reading right now called Eat That Frog, and it's proper planning prevents poor performance. And so if you're not planning your day, I'm just going to go ahead and say it right now. If you're not planning your day ahead of time, you are wasting so much of your future self's time. You save yourself so much time, so much aggravation just by simply planning your day, even the day before. So this not only goes into your marketing strategy, but this also goes to your day-to-day planning overall. So like I said, this is a book that we're reading right now by Brian Tracy. 10 out of 10 recommend. I literally tell everyone all the time that this is a great book to read if you're someone that procrastinates, because it calls you out and makes you feel like you just need to get your life together. So it's called Eat That Frog, 21 Great Ways to Stop Procrastinating. And another quote from this book that really stuck with me, it's at one of the beginning chapters of the book, is planning is bringing the future into the present so that you can do something about it now. And reading that, you might be like, that's so, like, I already knew that, like, who doesn't know that already? But when you put it into perspective, you are genuinely helping your future self so much just by taking time to plan. So, help your future self out. I know there's so many times where I'm like, okay, I'll just let Monday Lily handle that so that Friday Lily can just have a more chillaxed day. Well, then we get to Monday, and Monday Lily is very angry and aggravated with Friday Lily. just for not taking the extra step, taking an extra few minutes to just plan what I'm going to do the next time I'm at work. So whenever you're looking into planning for your monthly content, here are some content ideas that you can have. And I took this from another webinar that we had that I believe Hannah Balliet did, just because it honestly great content ideas. So this looks like things such as meet the team, behind the scenes, client reviews, sales, educational content. So meet the team can be, starting with your CEO, your founder, and then kind of breaking it down into departments. So for example, if we were to do a meet the team, we could start with Wayne, the CEO and founder of Ugly Mug Marketing, and then we can move down and break it into departments. So we can start with the marketing department, and we can highlight Hannah, and then we can highlight me, and then we'll move into the website department. Just so that when someone's looking on your page for maybe the first time, or they're seeing this constant pattern of your planning and your posting, they're like, let me see a little bit more about who I am talking to, about who I could potentially talk to, who I could be potentially working with. It just makes a better impression, and it just looks really good, on your side whenever you have the face of your team on your social media. Then you have behind the scenes, and that's exactly what it says. Behind the scenes content of, if you work in marketing, so maybe creating a strategy. Behind the scenes, if you work in retail, of, putting new items onto the floor. It can be honestly a plethora of different things. It doesn't have to be your entire 8 hours that you're in the office. It can simply be a task that you're doing. Maybe you put your phone in I'm blanking, but it's where it makes everything go really fast. So what you're doing looks like you're doing it 10 times faster than you actually are. That kind of content as well. It's just like that relatable content, like we're all humans. So let's see what you're doing that maybe I do. And we just find it entertaining. Next, a client review. This is very simple. This is just someone who, is like 10 out of 10 recommend evangelist. Like they just genuinely love your products, and they've left a review, whether that's on Google, Facebook, or a testimonial video, etc. Sales. So if you sell products, sell services, this is a super important thing to implement into your monthly strategy. Making sure that, and this is not just like promotional sales, this is genuinely like just promoting the services that you offer. This could also be sales that you do have. So if you are in retail, posting about, maybe a discount that you have coming up, or maybe just some like, buy one, get one, XYZ. So just something that implements your products, your services, that people will get people wanting to, engage with you and maybe come visit your store if you have a storefront. And then the last content idea I have on here, which there are a bajillion, but the last one on here is educational. So if you do sell services or products, this could be something as simple as letting people know exactly what your service is, what it entails, or it can be educational if you work or if you own a business in healthcare, just talking about things that are going on in the world that you think would be beneficial for those that follow you. Part 2, social media. You can't ignore it. That's a fact. So there is 1,000,004 different social media platforms. Everyone has social media, whether it's Facebook, TikTok, LinkedIn, Instagram, YouTube. I would say 99% of people, or at least 99% of your target audience, has some form of social media. So we're going to get into the first topic, which is what paid versus organic content is. So it is exactly what it says. Paid content is something that you're investing in. So you're putting money behind it. So on Facebook, if you're running Facebook ads, you're just making sure that even people who don't follow you are still being able to see your content, so they can at least maybe one day follow you, maybe your store, and you're promoting your content. And so when they see your Facebook post, and then maybe they're driving down the street and they see your store, they're like, oh, I've seen that place before. They might not always know where they've seen you at before, but they definitely have seen you. And so that's just another touch point for them. And then you have, 100% organic. So this is content that you just post on your social media. You post it, signed, sealed, delivered, there's nothing else that you're doing besides that, which is great. It's awesome to have organic content on your social media pages, but it is always good to know that only a very small percentage of your followers will actually ever see your content, even if they are, people that have followed you for years. Social medias tend to be geared towards people who are willing to invest in behind their products and their services, and that's just how social media works. So paid versus organic, very good thing to look into, especially if Facebook, Instagram are, some of your top landing, sites. So, which channels to use? This is another question that people might often ask, and that's a great question. And it all boils down to who your target audience is. So, if your target audience is this generation of teenagers, 15, 16, 17, back even when I was in high school, 7 years ago, that Facebook would have been a great place to reach, a kid like me. Nowadays, TikTok is right where it's at. Instagram is where it's at for that generation. If your generation is, maybe a little bit older and, they probably don't have TikTok, well, then TikTok probably isn't your best place to market simply because that's just not where the people are that you're trying to target. So what channels to use all comes down to your target audience. And it's a great thing to kind of look down into and kind of find the different paths, that fit for you. They could all five of the ones on here. So Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, LinkedIn, those could all be great just for your one business, but also it could be where just Facebook is good for your business. It all comes down to you taking time to set aside and look at your target audience and see exactly where they are. The next question for this section is when and how often to post. Again, this all comes down to your target audience, where you're posting. Some people will say that you need to be posting at least once a day. Some people say that you need to post 3 to 4 times a day. And that's just genuinely all subjective to what you do and the services that you provide, the products that you provide, XYZ. Not everyone is going to have the same posting schedule. So making sure that you sit down, look at the month ahead, and maybe even, and we'll get into this end of month report that we're going to look through at the very end, but just like looking backwards and seeing, what months did I have great engagement on Facebook? What months did I have great ROI? And because of social media, you're going to look back on those and you're going to see exactly what you were doing. And another great feature that most social medias have now are telling you exactly what posting times are good for you. When is the most, beneficial time for people to view your posts? When is your target audience actually on social media? So that's a really great feature to also look into if you're looking into being consistent in posting. The next step is part 3, or the next part is part 3, advertising. The more you show, the more they know, and the more you grow. This is a little quote I came up with on my own when I was making my slide deck, and I was like, wow, I'm a philosopher over here. And so we're going to go through myths and facts of advertising. So here are a few myths. One, that advertising is expensive, and that is just simply not true. Can it be expensive? Absolutely. Can different forms of advertising be expensive? Absolutely. But if you're able to invest, I highly recommend, looking into what avenues might be the best for you. There are social media ads, radio, billboard, all of which cost different things, but it's all about investing into your business and what you can afford and just taking that extra leap to just see, what would work for me? What are people who I'm trying to be like? What are they doing? How did they get to where they are? And what can I, actually afford to do for my business? So can advertising be expensive? Yes, but is it always? No. Advertising is only good for selling products. Not true. Advertising is also great for providing services or just promoting yourself, your business, anything that you offer. It is not only for selling products. Good advertising cancels out bad services or bad products. Absolutely not. The biggest thing that I like to preach those that I work with is that I can do 100% of my job, but if on the other end the service is bad, the customer service is bad, your products don't work, then at the end of the day, we have to look down at, what is actually going on here. What is really keeping us and holding us back from what we're trying to accomplish? So you can have the best advertising in the entire world, but if your customer service is not top notch, then unfortunately your advertising is not doing very much for you. And the last myth I have on here is that advertising is only good for big/established companies, and that could not be further from the truth. Especially if you are very niche and you're local, you have an entire community more than likely, hopefully, wanting to support you. So advertising yourself is not just for, the big name brands. Get yourself out there, start with your target audience that's local to you. If you are a local storefront, start with those people, get your name out there, advertise, and just, see what works for you. At the end of the day, that's what you have to do. It's trial and error, try it. And if it doesn't work, find a different solution. But no, advertising is for everybody. Here are some facts that I believe about advertising, and that's advertising builds brand loyalty. And we'll get into this as we move on into email marketing as well. But the more people see you, the more people are seeing the reviews that other people are leaving you, the more they trust you, the more they know, this person is very consistent. They work hard for their business, for their brand, and they really care about themselves. And I can see that they really care about their people, their customers, their target audience, which is a huge thing. So advertising not only is, getting people to see your products, to see your services, and to buy them, but they're also, letting them know that they really care about what they're doing. So like, let me just see what they're all about. Another fact is that advertising metrics enable optimization, and that advertising can target specific audience. So advertising can definitely, be geared towards whomever you're looking to target, but making sure that you are targeting the right people is the most important part of this. Advertising can help drive multi-channel marketing strategies, which is 100% true, especially if you're using more than one social media platform. Advertising definitely is an easy way to make sure that you're hitting all those markets without doing a ton of extra work. Part 4, promoting, following the 80-20 rule. So if you've heard of the 80-20 rule before, not in promoting, but just overall, the 80-20 rule is very popular in a lot of different circumstances. There's a lot of things in the 80-20 rule in like the health world, the advertising world. And so today we're going to be talking about promoting, and it's the difference between promoting and, keeping your audience engaged. So 80% of what you post should be valuable. So informative, educational, entertaining. So this is not simply, hey guys, we got this new shipment in today, or hey guys, we got this in today, or XYZ. It's about letting people know, here's what I offer. And here's some news that also goes along with maybe what I'm offering. Going back to the healthcare side of things, if you're in healthcare and there's something going on in the world, making sure that you're informing those that follow you, that you are staying on top of these trends, that you care about what's going on, and you're educating us. Also entertaining. So maybe posting, birthdays for any of your employees, work anniversaries, things that are just like getting the community involved in what you're posting. These are also huge if you're local and your target audience is right there with you. Just giving them something that's, not their everyday news, that is just kind of like boring, letting them know that I follow you, they follow you, and you, have their best interests at heart. And you also like are fun, and you genuinely care about everyone that you work with, everyone that you are working for, etc. Then the other 20% is the promotional side. So obviously, yes, if you have a service, if you have products, you should be 100%, promoting yourself when you can. But that does not mean that you need to take your entire monthly strategy and focus it entirely on you, which is where this 80-20 rule comes into play. So making sure that you are posting that promotional content, post about the sales, let people know, hey, we're having this conference this time or this week. We're having, this gathering this time this week. Please come in and hang out with us, enjoy this, whatever it may be. Make sure you're doing that, but also making sure that you're not hammering people with sales 24/7, because that's just not very friendly, not very like community based, I guess you could say. I know me personally, like I shop at places that really invest back into their people and kind of make it a fun place to be or to like want to hang out. So making sure that you look into the 80-20 rule to see whenever you're planning out your marketing monthly strategy. Part 5 is email marketing. So subscribed. A huge thing about email marketing is the relationship that you can build out of it. I put opting in is optional because it 100% is. I've never been forced to join an email newsletter list that I didn't want to be a part of. So once someone has opted into your optional newsletter, that means that they want to be there. They genuinely care about what you're selling. They care about what you're doing. They care about the information that you're going to provide. And it is up to you to continue to build that relationship. So like I said, no one is just in your newsletter list by accident. They chose to be there. So make sure that you're taking that and building it. That way it's use of advantage to both yourself and the person that chooses to want to know more about you, more about your business, what you're doing. So here are a few ways to encourage people to join your newsletter list. One would be discounts, 2, incentives, 3, free reports, or 4, free samples. And again, there are 100 different things you could do to get someone to encourage to join your newsletter list. Something that I do with people I work with a lot is offer some sort of giveaway. So, scan this QR code, enter to win this product, this service, and you will, in return, sign up for our newsletter list. And guess what? Now we're besties. So just encouraging them to join your newsletter list, not just saying, hey, join this because we're going to have informative information. We're going to have different things about our business. Yes, it works sometimes, but normally the best way to get someone to join your newsletter list is by offering them something, on the side. So free reports, free samples, XYZ. We've all seen it before. We've probably all, done one of these things and joined someone's newsletter list. So make sure that you are encouraging people to join your newsletter list. That way you can have a whole entire group of best friends that want to see your information. So you have a list. Now what? The first thing I have on here is to send regular monthly emails. And if you have a newsletter list and you're not utilizing it at least once a week, maybe we need to look into what you're doing that is hindering you from sending these monthly emails. If you are having someone sign up for your monthly newsletter, they are expecting to get something from you, I would say at least once a month, sometimes twice if you have the time or if you have the content to do so, but making sure that you send at least one regular monthly email really is a game changer in people remembering you, seeing you, etc. You have a list. Now what? Number 2, include a call to action. So this can be something as putting like a title line or the preview text. It's like, hey, did you see that and then it entices them to want to click on your email and read it. And now you've offered them a discount on this new product that you have, or you're just encouraging them with some kind of call to action. That way, they are seeing this email and they're like, okay, this told me you'll have a new product, but like, what does that mean to me? Do I need to purchase it? What is it good for? How do I even get to your website? Making sure that you're including those hyperlinks. So including call to actions, that way they're not just reading your newsletter, but they're doing an action afterwards. Number 3, mix it up. So when I say mix it up, I'm saying don't always just send an email that's like, hey, we got this new product, come try it. You need to make sure that you are including fun, educational, informative information, such as product spotlights. Like I said, using that educational content, a free resource, and then, dabbling in sending a sales email every once in a while. So if you're sending more than one email a month, this is a good opportunity to do one of each. So in one email, you're doing the fun product spotlight. You're giving something educational. You're giving a free resource. You're giving a discount code of some sort. And then the next one is going to be a sales email. You're giving them access to maybe your new launches, some new products that you have, new services that you're offering. And so that's a good way to just mix it up and let people know that you're not just here to get their business, but to build that relationship with them. Part 6, and the last part of this webinar, is end of month reports. Don't fake it till you make it, because you probably won't make it. So this is just a little example of what some of end of month reports that I've created before looks like, so that I can show my clients exactly what's going on. Is the services that we are doing for other services that we are providing them even working? Should they care? Should they continue? This just kind of shows, hey, it's working. Hey, it's not working. And it's also good for you to know if it's not working, where can we make those changes? Where can we invest somewhere else? So in this end of month report, I did something as simple as putting the reach for that month on Facebook, how many page visits they got that month, and then how many page likes they got that month, as well as their total likes and followers. That way they can see month to month what is working. And as much as this is beneficial for our clients, again, it's so beneficial for you. If you're a business owner and you're wanting to do these reports, it's so good to see, hey, in November, our numbers dumped down a little bit. Completely understand, holidays are ramping up, XYZ. But in January, we had an amazing month. Let's look back at January and see what we did different from November. See if we did anything different from November. Everyone's metrics are going to be different. What you're measuring, what platforms you're measuring are all going to be different. It's just all about finding a groove and making sure that you stay on top of that. That way, hey, all of this planning was 100% worth it. Because at the end of the day, you could have a worse month than you did last month, but at least you know. Because how many times have we had bad months and we never knew and we just blamed it on everything except what really was the common denominator, which was whatever service or we're doing is not working. So just taking time at the end of each month to plan a time to do some sort of end of month report for whatever metrics you are trying to grab. If anyone has any questions, I would love to answer them for you. You can leave them in the comments. Other than that, if you're watching this again afterwards, please feel free to drop a comment or to message us directly. But I will give you guys a few minutes if anyone has a question they want to ask or if they have any insight they want to give, I'd be more than happy to answer those for you. Just let me know. Awesome. Thanks, Mara. If you guys do have any questions, again, like I said a million times, please feel free to ask us. We love talking with you guys and we love getting to talk with you about maybe services that you're needing or any kind of advice, XYZ. Everyone always has very good input. So we'd be happy to talk with you. If you have any questions, again, please let us know and I will see you guys next time.